Obviously a high IQ, experience, championship caliber player that can really fit with any lineup out there. He gives us space. He gives us presence on the defensive end. You saw the pass he made to me out the corner on a give and go. So it's just kind of unspoken chemistry that will continue to get better. But he is kind of multi-dimensional as a five-man, and excited to see what that looks like, for me, for Jimmy, J.K., Draymond. And again, any lineup, you can throw him out there at the five, and he kind of lifts the group.
Steph, can you talk about what you saw from J.K. tonight, and kind of what has his mentality been and the team's mentality toward him been since all the dust has settled?
Like we said at Media Day, I mean, that stuff is part of the business. And when he showed up Thursday, it was business as usual. Just come in, play, give effort, continue to try to get better. I'm not going to overanalyze every minute he's out there. It's not good for anybody. It's just, can we win? Can he be a part of that, no matter how it looks? So excited for him to get his legs underneath him and keep building.
Just overall, what did you make of the first half?
There's not much to take away from a preseason game with guys. We didn't do any personnel scouts or anything. It was just, can you get your wind underneath you, get up and down, timing, just get used to the sights and the sounds of a full arena again. I thought we played pretty well after the first 4 or 5 possessions, but it's just good to get back out there and compete against another team, feel the physicality and speed of the game. See some shots go down. We buckled down and got a couple stops, but we'll watch some film on just patterns and stuff that you do during preseason to keep getting better.
Steph, can you tell right away in the first preseason game that the offseason conditioning, everything you do to get ready, has worked? Do you feel like your body's in the right spot? And related question, the other day you said you do more off-court work now than on-court work. Any example of something you do to prepare for the season off the court that you didn't do 5 years ago?
Yeah, I feel great. Knowing you weren't going to play a lot of minutes, the feeling of I wish I could have played more instead of looking at the clock, counting down the minutes until you get off the floor. I'd rather be in that first bucket, and that's kind of how it felt tonight. Like, could have played 20, 25. I felt, physically strong and able to do what I want to do. So that's good. No, we got, 2.5 weeks to get ready for open tonight. But other than that, off season is just like you do. I take less time off in the summer, and then it's about doing a little bit more often, if that makes sense. So instead of having, 3 or 4 day huge chunks and you're taking a break, it's kind of demanding something of your body pretty much every day. Whether that's like a stretch, whether that's a lift, whether that's some conditioning, obviously on-court work. You try to do something every day to kind of keep your body moving. Because as you get older, if you do give yourself big gaps, it's hard to catch up.
Drill, though, that you do now that you didn't previously?
Not really. I think the evolution of no, there's no circus action. No, it's just kind of the idea of workouts that I do now. Probably a decade ago, I probably would have thought I'm not getting anything out of this because it was not Olympic lifts and all type of just kind of the basic details of making sure your body can move the right way. And it's just the fundamentals of stuff. But, if you're in the gym with me for an hour and a half, you might not think I did anything, which is certain days. But I'm putting my body under a lot of stress and challenging it in a way that allows you to be efficient out there on the floor. I don't know. That's a good question. I think it happens over time. Everybody's a little different just based on the baby steps of how you show up to practice. Are you doing the little things and coming with the right energy on a day-to-day basis? And then eventually that translates to getting an opportunity on the floor, which then translates to, are you impacting winning? Everybody has a different pace when it comes to that, but I think there's a level of comfort that you feel. It might not be anything that you can predict, but you just have a body of work that you know that they understand the game at a level, or they go out and just play their heart out, and you love those type of guys too. So it's a little different for everybody.
Steph Moses had a really nice line tonight. He had the off-season surgery on his thumb. When you look at his line, do you see this could be an example of nights that he could have when he's healthy? Or is there something deeper that maybe you've observed? Have you seen anything evolve for his three-point shot and shot selection?
It's just confidence. For a young guy, when you don't know when your minutes, that's the biggest challenge. You don't know when your time's coming, whether you're going to play 8 straight minutes or just a minute, or if you're going to get a couple of touches before you get a shot up, or if it's your first time you're touching, then you got to launch it because you're open. Like, going through all of those different scenarios allows you to build your confidence so that when you hit the beginning of your prime, like, you've seen it all in a sense, and you've gone through shooting droughts. You've gone when you're hot, but you come out real quick, and the mental game that comes, the mental warfare that comes out of that. And then you translate that to the summer. And then you have clarity on what you need to work on to then translate that to the season. So I would say, and maybe he could speak on it, that this is probably the best summer he's had, health-wise, obviously, but just the idea of he knows what he needs to do to impact the game when he's on the floor, where his shots are going to come and all that. So that comes over time. And it's good to see him out there. You can kind of tell the way he's carrying himself. He has clarity on what he needs to do.
Steph, piggybacking off Ron's question, talking about, as you're getting older, how long did it take you to heal from that hamstring injury? And then just obviously, what concerns do you have just making sure you try to stay as healthy as possible?
Unfortunately, I was ready that Saturday. But it's just a mindset of the work that you need to do day in, day out to keep your body strong. Those type of injuries you can't really avoid in a sense, because they're just, that's the first time it's happened in my whole career kind of vibe. So you just try to give yourself the best chance, coming out feeling good, knowing as the density of the schedule comes that you're getting your rest, you're getting your recovery, you're staying on top of all those things that allow you to get from game to game. And just try to put yourself in the best shape to be out there, be durable, which I've been, for most of my career after the ankle stuff, and I hope to continue that. I'll be back in an hour, so we'll come back and do this. I'm going to come back in an hour. We're going to do it again. In an hour, yeah, we're going to do it again.